Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to the Mousillon campaign for Mortal Empires. Now last episode we captured the Greenskin stronghold of Massive Oracle to the south, before marching the Red Duke back up to the north of Bretonnia to help the city of Lyonesse, who was under siege by a Truthsayer Council force. Thanks to the Red Duke's presence, we were able to force the Truthsayer Council army to retreat back into the province of Couronne, and they have disappeared out of vision since. And that was where we left things off, with the plan eventually for today, to actually go after the Dukedom of Carcassonne. Now, I decided to change my mind about that after giving it some thought myself, as well as getting some feedback in the comments of the last episode, where instead we're going to be focusing on Couronne, as we've seen in previous episodes that they are becoming more powerful thanks to confederations and the like, and so I thought we will take the opportunity to get in position and go after them. So, we've skipped forward a couple of turns. We can see right now that on the borders of Couronne and Lyonesse, the Red Duke is in position, as well as the second army we've been recruiting, where I've actually put Malobad now in charge of the army. We've also added a couple of extra units, including, for example, the Doom Reliquary of Mordac, and I've also recruited a new damsel, who's a damsel of life. Now, I'm interested to see how this sort of interacts with the undead, as, life magic will allow us to heal, but, we have got undead units in the army. But I'm thinking what will probably happen is that Earthblood will be able to help us, replenish our men-at-arms. But the undead units, like our Black Knights and Graveguard, will have to rely on Aucassin in order to, replenish their losses. Now, I'm actually starting at this point because in the next end turn phase, we're going to have a good opportunity. And so I wanted to show you guys on the screen itself rather than just talk about it. So, let me just hit here, hit end turn, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in just a moment. So this is the moment that I was going to talk about. In the last end turn phase, I saw we had two full Bretonnian stacks hanging around near Paravon. I was quite surprised to see that Lord Dieth actually took out 4 armies to come and attack them. Now, unfortunately, they weren't able to do much more than force them to push, retreat back from encampment. But during this part of the end turn phase now, I was quite surprised to see that with this attack, the Bretonnians lost and their entire army has now been wiped out. The entire military, I should say. This will give us an excellent opportunity now to focus our attentions and actually go after Couronne in our next turn. So, see you guys in a moment. Okay, so we managed to pick up the ambusher traits for the Red Duke. It could come in handy, you never know. And, okay, we've got a mission to defeat Kazrak the One-Eye. If you remember, we declared war on them in the previous episode in an attempt to try and improve our relations with the Wood Elves. Now, I don't know where his army is right now, so I'm quite happy to just let him wander around and eventually die. So, yeah, we'll leave him for the moment, and instead focus our attentions on Couronne. Now, Couronne itself is going to be a tough nut to crack. It's a major faction settlement, and a capital at that. So if we click on it to showcase, not only does it have a lot of building slots, but that's the garrison we're going to have to take on. They're going to have trebuchets, we can see Pegasus Knights, we've got Peasant Bowmen, we've got a Grail Knight unit back here, as well as several other Knight units. So, it's going to be a tough one, but I still think we can manage it okay. So let's grab the Red Duke, and we're going to go and attack Couronne straight away. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe not. Okay, what we're going to do then, instead, I just noticed actually how weak Couronne was right then. They got a strength now of 104. Wow, didn't expect that. Okay, what we're going to do then is if we go on to diplomacy, we find the, here we are, High Realm Togovan. We're going to see if they're willing to actually accept us as an ally in their war. So, join the war against Dukedom of Couronne. Accept. Fantastic. Not only does this allow us to circumvent the alliance that Couronne had with Reichland, but it's also going to improve our relationships now because of us having mutual enemies. Now, we haven't exactly got a lot, it's only +6, but every little bit's going to help, isn't it? So for now, let's do this. Now I could actually send one army to Couronne and the other towards Langil, but I might as well just focus all of my armies in one region. And so let's actually go after Couronne first of all. Now the Red Duke is obviously going to have to lead the assault. The other army doesn't actually have any siege equipment or anything like that. But if we put this here for the moment, and we bring up Malabad and his army, let's have a look and see how we can do this. So we'll just march him here. We're going to do enough damage early on so we don't have to worry about attrition. So, let's attack. Wow. Even with the extra forces, the balance bar isn't that much in my favour. And while we do have that massive casualty replenishment rate, I think it'll be more interesting, especially as we didn't fight a battle in the last episode, to fight this battle at Couronne. So, we're going to go through with no siege equipment, but we're going to be able to take the walls easily enough, and with our flying units, we should hopefully be able to take out both the Pegasus Knights and even the Trebuchet. But let's fight the battle down there. Right then guys, here we are outside the gates of Couronne as the forces of the Red Duke and the Black Serpent start to march. Now I wanted to start things off in slow motion initially just to check out the flying cows. As you can see over here, very, very funny. Despite playing it with Bretonnia in the past, I don't get much in the way of siege defense battles with them. So seeing the flying cows, which are an upgrade for the defenses of a settlement, is just a rare sight and very funny to see. But anyway, we're not here for the flying cows, we're here for the battle. So, if I actually zoom out a minute, I can show you guys a bit better. As you can see, I split the Red Duke's forces into two sides, with the plan being to divide the enemy garrison up a bit. On this side, we've got our mortal followers, the men-at-arms, the Barsadeers, as well as the peasant bowmen in the back, as well as our flying units, which I'll come back to in just a minute. Over on this side, if we zoom in a bit closer this time, I got our Vargulf heading straight towards the gates to smash it down, as well as our Skelly Spearmen and Warriors, whose job it is to basically be as bait for the enemy arrows, allowing my Grave Guards to be able to march up more or less unmolested. Most are sending in the Wailing Hags along this section just so we can do some extra damage, as well as target the Foot Squires, who are, as you can see, armor-piercing and anti-infantry, but against ethereal units like the Hags, not as effective. While that's happening though, we've got our reinforcements marching in. They're going to be going off to help support the attack on the walls. The Black Knights are all going to gather up around here though, because their job is to charge in once the gates have been smashed open. But first, the initial part of the attack is actually going to be from our flying units over here. So we've got the Red Duke, we've got Mina, and we've got the Dreadwings. But their target is not any of the units on the wall. Instead, they're heading straight to the courtyard at the centre. Because the enemy garrison consists of cavalry units that can't actually help on the walls, and the infantry on the walls, I decided to go after the Pegasus Knights and the Trebuchet because these guys can actually provide support, whereas as soon as we eliminate them, the enemy units are going to be left on their own, basically. So, if I speed things up a little bit, you can see that the Dreadwings are about to start the attack. The enemy Pegasus Knights have already come in. And the problem with fighting Pegasus Knights is if I hover over them, you can see on the tooltip, wow, that was loud in my ear, but you can see they're actually anti-large, meaning that despite my Dreadwings being much better, they're still going to take some damage. But luckily for us, we got the Red Duke and Mina coming in to help, and very soon I'll be bringing in the Invocation of Nehek to heal the troops up. But look at that, we already got raining Pegasus bodies. Very, very nice. It's not going to be too long though until that first unit is destroyed. You can see their health plummeting, and their morale are going to be following soon after that. Once they're dealt with, the second unit is just going to be even easier pickings for us. Now we can focus all our attention on that unit. So very soon, despite some battles going on over here, you can see all of these Pegasus Knights going after this Hellsteed Rider, for example. But very soon, they're going to go the same way. Now at this point, I cast the Purple Sun of Xerius to damage the Trebuchet crew as well as the Knights of the Realm unit nearby, and it does a ton more damage than I was expecting. Already the Trebuchets are going to rout off the map, and we've already done a ton of damage to the Knights of the Realms. Now, with the Pegasus now dealt with, we can focus on supporting our wall assaults with our flying units. So in a moment, I'll send the Dreadwings over to help on this front. We're going to send the Red Duke over to help the Raylan Hags and the Footsquires. There we go, in fact. And Mina is going to head over to this side, because not only do we have a ton of enemy units to deal with, but there's also an enemy Paladin unit over here. So Mina's going to charge in and try and provide some support. It's not going to be the most ideal thing, because he's going to start running off fairly quick, but he'll be joining in the fight eventually, and with Mina around, as well as all our Graveguard and Skeleton Warriors, it's still going to be a very one-sided fight for the defenders of Bretonnia. You can see on this side, we already got other Skeleton Warriors making their way in, and if we head over here, we've just got a ton of Black Knights. And what I want to show very quickly is, look how cool this is. We've got our original unit of Black Knights coming in, and the ones coming in from Malabad's force, which, yeah, quite cool, the fact that you can see all the different colours for this unit compared to the other ones. Very cool. But the fight continues. The gates are taking a ton of damage right now. The enemy is able to do some damage to our warriors, mainly because I'm not actually using the Invocation in their Heck to heal them up. But as you can see though, the Red Duke is having some fun against the Footsquires. Enough that they have taken a ton of damage, and it's not going to be too long until they start running away. Over on this side, we managed to beat with some damage to our Bastard Ears again. I'm going to have to swap these guys out for another unit. But with the Dreadwings' help, we have basically secured the walls over here. Archers are just finding a way to do some last-minute damage, but all in all, a victory for us. On this side, it's still going pretty well in our favour, although there's just so many enemy units to deal with that it's just taking our time to get our troops up on the walls as well. But it'll get there eventually. If we head over here a minute, you can just see our Dreadwings are going to start going after the remaining Footsquires. As you can see, they have routed, not shattered, so I wanted to try and finish them off as soon as possible. But I was watching out for the Knights of the Realm units that's here. Sorry, Knights Errant unit that's here. The other Footsquires units has gone the same way. Fantastic. Now, you saw the pop-up that the walls are shattered and our Vargolf has come in to go after their damsel. She's going to take some damage, but it's not going to be too long until the Grail Knights come in to rescue the favourite of the lady. Can't quite make up their mind though, are they going to come and attack or not? But they soon come in. Now I didn't realise that the Vargolf was actually under attack, so he's going to take a bit of damage for this part of the fight, but it's okay. Over on the walls here, we're casting Doom and Darkness just to reduce the enemy's leadership, helping things out a little bit on that front. And it's not going to be too long after this, I noticed the Vargolf taking the damage, and so I'm going to start pulling him out, as we got more reinforcements coming in. You can see Malabad is starting the attack, and if I slow things down a minute, we can actually check out his character model as he marches through the gates. Now don't forget, in the backstory, Malabad is actually Leon Kerr's son, his bastard son. And so here he is, actually marching through the gates of the capital, you know, his favoured son, you know, disillusioned with the lady and that, coming back home after his exile to Mousillon essentially. But he looks really, really cool, doesn't he? I like the fact they've gone ahead and made it so it's all serpent-like on the things like on the helmet and on the shield here. But yeah, very, very cool. Now, as he's charging in, we're sending our Vargolf out. Malabad can actually do fairly well against the Grail Knights, but we are bringing in plenty of reinforcements in just a minute, with our Black Knights sitting around our side. I wanted our Vargolf to come through first, so they don't have any issues with trying to get inside. But yeah, here comes Malabad, fighting away with all these shiny Grail Knights. And the damsels come in and joined as well. But it's not going to be a good day for these guys, because already the Red Duke charges in. Feeling a bit debilitated, but he's doing just fine. He's activated the Blade of Leaping Gold, which, as you can see, is providing some bonuses to his abilities, and giving him this very cool aura effect around him. We're also casting some spells as well, the Assault of Stone. I realised I was just about to have my Black Knights charge in when the spell was about to land, so I pulled them back a little bit, which is why you've noticed them stopping in their attack. But they did a ton of damage to the Grail Knights, thanks to that spell, and we're able to come in now and just chase off the survivors. Now what we've got left to deal with is that unit of Knight Errants and Knights of the Realm here, as well as the badly damaged one from before. But it's not going to last too long until they realise they're going to be in a bit of a problem. So at this point, our Black Knights are just charging in. We do have some other units getting stuck thanks to our Skeleton Warriors. But the Red Duke is coming in, and his presence is going to be enough to cause the enemy to retreat. And any second now, we get a decisive victory. We don't have to chase down the survivors as it is a siege assault, and so we can go back straight to the campaign map with us deciding the fate of Couronne. So see you guys back there. So there we have it. Couronne now belongs to us. I was quite impressed with very few casualties we took. I mean, admittedly, we heavily outnumbered them. But still, we were taking on enemy walls. So yeah, quite happy with how things turned out, considering. But anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to occupy this settlement. Give the game a minute to catch up. And oh, we got the Rose Lances unlocked. The Rose Lances are adored with the heraldry of the Mousillon rose, a vivid purple flower that blooms most of the year. Its stems coated with vicious barbed thorns, and the pollen is a deadly poison. Ooh, we'll have to have a look at that for Malabat's force, I think. Featherfoe Talk? Okay, Gravedigger. Right, let's check out this new unit. So, we can still get the Hungry, we can get the Midnight Ravens of Akkad, and these new Rose Lances. Poison attacks. Okay. Sure. Let's grab a unit of them. And let's have a look. What do we have here now? So, first of all, we should have access, do we not, to a landmark? We do, just not yet. The Abbey of the Bloody Grail. Sorry, Abbey of the Bloody Grail, wow. Perhaps the most beloved and respected religion of the old world, and the site of pilgrimages from every Oh. I don't know, does the Court of Shire happen to be inside Couronne? I imagine it might do, but given that their main goddess is the Lady of the Lake, well, never mind. In any case, we'll take it. That's quite cool. But we also got a bunch of other ones. So we got like the Cursed Bog, for example. I think we'll get rid of that one, just because if we're going to get a resource building, I might as well get fields. Screeching Kilns, okay. Oh yeah, we actually got this one anyway. Right, Mausoleum for Vargulfs and Graveguard. What I'm actually going to grab right away is Spirit Wells, so we gain access to Damned Knights Errant. We've got the Ancient Armory already, so that's worked out pretty nice. What else do we want? Maybe we could focus on the Defiled Cannons in order to gain more Black Knights. We could even eventually work on getting trebuchets. That could work. Especially if we build a Carpenter's Workshop and get the training field as well. We'll be able to gain Peasant Bowmen with pox arrows. Alright, we'll come back to that. At the moment though, the fact that we've taken Couronne is a major victory. Actually, let's disband this. What I'm thinking is we can build the Belfire Hearth. Eventually. Yeah, that will work. Okay. In the meantime though, Aiden. Did we not encounter Sartosi yet?
Find me.
Oh, maybe we won't encounter Sartosa. Okay, fine. Let's march you back then towards Carcassonne.
Then go.
There we go. He can be busy then working on stealing technology from these guys until we head down south and deal with them. In the meantime, we've got Grunzint to go for, Langril, Castle Artois. We'll go to Morgan's Marienburg so we can get Gisero back, and we'll go after Marienburg itself and Fort Bergbury. But yeah, then we can focus on Carcassonne, and that will be Bretonnia conquered.
I must keep my holy
Leondier du Ale. Okay. Let's go ahead now and just upgrade everybody. So the Red Duke. Let's go for Master Strike for the weapon strength. Curse of the Revenant. Health we're doing okay for, so let's go for a Master Strike for the moment. Mina. Christ, what can I give you now at this point? Bear in mind, you're still not immortal, so we're going to have to keep an eye on her. I didn't realise. Right. in that case, let's continue working on Doom and Darkness. Alright, Bulgars, now that you're in combat more often, I think it'll be handy to start working on these skills. So maybe we can go for Bard Warhorse eventually. Let's actually go for Weapon of Terror, I think. Yeah. Having the ability to cause terror will be useful, especially as there's not many units in the army that can do that. Right. Well, Cassin, let's give you... Let's continue working on your magical abilities. So we've managed to finish off Invocation in a Heck and the Curse of Undead. Let's give you Raise Dead and completely fill it up. This will allow us now to summon Skeleton Warriors and get the the discounts. And then Lorraine will finish you off with Earthblood. The spells aren't going to be too useful, I think. Thinking about it. But still, they may do eventually. Right, that should be you all done. Let's go ahead and turn, see what happens next. Okay then. Malagor seems to be running around the place. He's gone into hidden encampment, so I don't know where he is. We did spot him just around here, so I don't know where he's going to maybe attack. Maybe he's heading towards Aquitane. We'll just have to keep an eye on things, I guess. In the meantime, though, let's continue with our conquest of Couronne, with Langril being next. Now, we've got a bit of an opportunity here, with Cassian outside the settlement. So, let's actually send Malabad over here. I want to see if he'll be able to draw out the garrison in a fight. Okay, we could fight this. That sounds... Okay, what I'm actually going to do, let's pull you back a moment. Let's bring in the Red Duke as reinforcements. Might as well take advantage of the numbers, eh? If there's no kill like overkill after all. Right, yes, one away. That's fine. He can just stay there and start taking attrition, as far as I'm concerned. Right. I do want Malabad to actually lead the force so we can gain some more experience. So we'll put him in charge. I'll just let them take a few casualties. There won't be any major deal. Ambush? Channeling? I'll tell you what, actually. Let's put you in ambush chance. Just in case Cassian gets any ideas about trying to lift the siege, now that he thinks that he has a chance of winning. Alright, in the meantime, let's get the Belfire Brazier going. That could be upgraded too. I think we'll continue working on... Yeah, if we get the Defiled Khan so we can get our hands on some more Graveguard, that would be nice. Oh no, we need it from here, don't we? The Mousillon that we destroyed. Okay, never mind. Right, instead, let's focus on maybe getting some defenses. I was saying that the garrison itself is pretty strong. Yeah, we'll take the defenses for now. Let's move on to other regions just to see what the situations are like. So in Aquitane we can actually level up. We'll go ahead and do that right away. Nice and straightforward. Yeah, let's see, Eustache. Can we have you... Could actually have you go and assassinate any one of these characters. That would be more blood kisses for us, won't it? Tell you what, Ned. Let's cancel the walls for the moment. Let's have you working on these guys. So, who's going to be the best one? Let's actually go for Frederic here. There we go. Like I said, in the last episode, we want to get more blood kisses, and using Eustache's abilities, we may as well, eh? Okay, Montfort will have you level up as well. And there we go. Nice and quick. Well, I don't want to bother showing you guys, but our ambush actually worked up in Langril, just not on the right person. So, hang on a second. If I pop through all of these... Oh yeah, this seemed to be aborted. Marienburg basically came down and slaughtered Kazwak's army, so I'm not that fussed anymore about dealing with that. Go for all of these. Right. But yeah, a Bretonnian army of only this guy, in fact, with another character, came and attacked, but unfortunately, though, he got caught in the ambush. He survived, and so did the damsel, but the paladin that was left there after an assassination attempt, well, he died. So, yeah, that was all that happened, really. Now we can go in, take Langrill, a nice easy fight. Go ahead and occupy. There we go, Couronne is now ours, and Malabad's picked up the Armor of Fortune. Okay. Let's get you now. Can't quite get to Artois this turn. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. We'll just move the Red Duke over here instead. He can continue gaining his replenishment. Likewise for Malabad, who's now leveled up to level 3. Cassian, to be honest, I think he's just going to end up dying. He's only got a couple of regiments of renowns under his command, and we're going to sweep through the rest of their territory pretty soon. We'll take Artois next turn. We'll push down at some point to go out to Carrick Ziflin. We'll need to go after Grunzint as well, but I'm happy to leave it until we actually go after Marienburg. Because what do they actually... Oh no, we can't actually tell, can we? It is a tier 3 settlement, because you can tell from the building slots. Yeah, I think we'll be okay, actually. Let's quickly go for our points. So let's see, the Red Duke. Let's continue giving you Master Strike. Mina can now gain Immortality. We'll take that for her right away. Bulgars, let's start making you a bit more combat focused. We'll give you hard hits. Cassine will give you replenished troops. Evasion could come in handy. But otherwise, we can also focus on working on these. Let's give you Van Hell's Dance Macabre. Lorraine, having the Warhorse may come in handy, but for the moment, let's give you Life Bloom. Having the ability to increase our armor would be quite useful. Oh, even better. It only affects one unit, doesn't it? With an extended effect. This one does all ones nearby. So we'll work on Shield of Thorns. Alright, you can have that. Oh, did you level up to level 3 from level 1, or did I just not spend your points? Who knows? Anyway, let's go with Blade Master. We're going to focus a bit on your combat abilities. And we definitely want to get our hands on a Hippogriff at level 14, but we've got a way to go yet. Okay, Eustache, you are exhausted, so I'm not going to get you to go after anyone. Although I still got a pretty decent chance, 53%. Let's try. Perfect. Right, that's another Blood Kiss. Let's continue to level you up. Boost income we could go for, or Schema. Let's go boost income for the moment. Commandments. Public order is going to be relatively okay pretty soon. So let's focus instead on our attacks rates. Helmgar can be upgraded to level 3, but before we do that, let's go and actually have a chat with these guys. Yeah, plus 15, but it's not going as fast as I would like. So let's see if we can just make it go a bit more smoothly. Alright, let's give you 1,000. And let's give Targovan as well.
Not since the coming of Morga has Athelloren been so tainted.
There we go. It's all going to help out eventually, at least I hope it does. But for the moment, I think we can just end another turn. Hello again, Malachor. Have I managed to spot you this time? No, you're still hiding away. Unfortunate. Okay, Nicolette's done. We failed a mission. Some raiding. Sure. Right. Oh, wow. Looks like Bretonnia, or Couronne, I should say, have really started to expand out. Let's take an opportunity here, I wonder. Let's see if we can get you to go after Chilfoy. If we can attack this army... Oh, that's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping we'll be able to draw the garrison of Artois out without having to fight it. But if we're going to have to, we're going to have to, aren't we? Let's do that. I was going to go ahead and auto-resolve. We lost the bastards. Again. We always seem to lose them in every auto-resolve. Definitely think about swapping them out for another unit. Can we recruit any other ones? Oh, we can't just recruit them straight away again. Sure. No matter how many of them you kill, there's always some more waiting in the background. Alright, we can see about going after Chilfoy and Leondor eventually. But with Malabads, what I'm going to see about doing is doing the end turn phase. Morrigan has turned up with another full stack outside and here. So I'm going to see about putting him outside, and we'll put him in an ambush. Just see if we can get that to work. Okay, how many more we need? Just a couple of turns. Right. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get training fields. Just so that way then we can get a bit of extra money coming in from the fields itself. Okay, Red Duke is quite happy where he is. Eustache, we'll let you have a chance to rest up at this point. He's done extremely well otherwise, so... You've moved. Aiden has managed to land in Margarita and start moving up towards Carcassonne. We see that the Skaven happen to be around. In fact, I saw, not this one, Lord Skrolk has come here, suggesting that Clan Pestilence hasn't done too well over in Lustria. Right, okay, fine. We'll move you down here. In fact, let's start moving you towards Carrick Ziflin. And something I did want to do with our money is... I want to have a chat with the Barrow Legion. Oh, wait. Lord of Drakenhof.
My kin, I am pleased.
Do we do this? Okay. I didn't realise this. I just saw their Bansbar was massively against, well, in our favour, showing that we were much, much stronger. Didn't realise we can just gain a confederation with them straight away. I was actually looking at the Barrow Legion in an attempt to do it.
Now, what is it you
Oh, they have 7 regions under their control. I think I have to do it. I know obviously they're going to be isolated over here, but bear in mind, we're not at war with any of these. And while they may declare war on us eventually, I think it's going to be much better if we do it. I'll tell you what though, guys. I'll leave it up to you. I would like to confederate with one of these vampire factions, right? Either the Barrow Legion or the Lords of Drakenhof. Now, the Barrow Legion, we're going to have to bribe them to do it. But on the other hand, they're in a much better position because they're quite close to our current territories. The Lords of Drakenhof, they are, well, will gain a lot more from the Confederation, but they're also going to be fairly isolated from our, reinforcements. And we may potentially be dragged into more wars now because of the dwarves being nearby. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys. But until the next episode, we'll end things here. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and you do join me next time for some more Warhammer. But until then, everybody, take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.